Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice, let's groove.
Hello, everyone.
Every time you play so
Brenda Charles
smooth.
Edwards, the host of Seniors Matter. We're live every Friday at 12:30 p.m. on www.Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station. You can also listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, and of course on the Rainier Avenue Radio App. We feature interviews with people that provide services or have valuable information for seniors, their family, and the community. Do you need financial documents notarized? Are you in need of documents being read to you for clarity or completion? Call me, Brenda, at Black Orchid Notary 206-683-2636. Tell me where, I'll meet you there. Well, I am really excited today. I have some guests that are going to be talking about, I just blew it. UNCF, United Negro College Fund. And this is really exciting because the young people in this area in the Pacific Northwest, a lot of them have not known about United Negro College Fund and about BCUs. So these young ladies, and actually my young ladies are Briana Dallas and Briana Nelson and Dallas Richardson. I know I've been off for a little bit, and I guess I need another vacation. But anyway, I want to welcome them to the show. So let's start with that. Ladies, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Hi. How's it going? Well, Briana, I have already met. Miss Dallas, it's a pleasure to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well today. It's Friday, so all is well.
Right. I know that's right. Yes. Well, ladies, I'm not going to hold this up, but I'm just going to say briefly to my audience, because you'll talk more about what's going on. But Briana is the United Negro College Fund Success Facilitator. Miss Dallas Richardson is the Portfolio Project Coordinator who works with United Negro College Fund. And they offer college prep programs for juniors and seniors. So ladies, let's just take it from here and go on and talk about what you do. So first off, what is the United Negro College Fund? Either one of you.
Yeah. So you might be familiar with the saying, the mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yes.
UNCF was founded in 1944 to help African-American students attend and graduate college. And so we support 37 HBCUs with scholarships and internships. So we have about 23 area offices. And today we're here to talk about UNCF Seattle, which covers Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Alaska. So what our mission here is to help support and expose students, families in the community to HBCUs and overall college preparatory and the process of college and what that looks like for us as African Americans and students reaching towards a goal of higher education.
So tell my audience, for those that may not know, what is an HCBU?
Yes, HBCU stands for Historical Black College and University.
Thank you. And when I met Briana, I was so excited because for a long time, African-American students did not really know about an HBCU, and so didn't have the opportunity to explore that life-altering, shall we say, experience. And so I'm so happy now that we're in the Pacific Northwest are being more exposed to that and having the opportunity to go. So thank you for bringing that message. And I just think it's wonderful. So what is a portfolio project?
Yeah. So because so each area office, like I kind of talked about, has their own focus areas, and because we have no HBCUs close here in the Pacific Northwest, what we did in our UNCF Seattle office is we created a program called Portfolio Project, and it is a 14-week free, completely free for our students, college preparatory program to help expose students to the college and scholarship application process. And so the way that we do that is we engage, enable, and ensure that 11th and 12th grade students are exposed with the tools necessary that they need to reach their goals and dreams of attending college. So we pair each student with a mentor who will support them through this process and beyond. And by the end of the 14 weeks, students have completed a portfolio, which helps them apply to any college that they're interested in. So not just HBCUs, that is our focus, but they're able to apply any college that they want to attend after their high school journey. So some of the core workshops that we work on is we go through the college admission process. We know that's huge for our students, right? What are colleges looking for? What does the application process looks like? We go over the college essay. So making sure our students have a strong essay and they're standing out to college admissions counselors. That's super important, right? Sometimes in our African American community, some of us struggle. I struggled with my writing. So we want to make sure that our students have the tools necessary to have a really strong essay. Scholarship workshops, and we also have FAFSA and financial aid workshops, making sure that our students know how are they going to pay for school. A lot of times that's where we see decrease in numbers because our students are worried about finances. How will they be able to afford this? And then we also go over some career and technical educational training, because also not every student is looking at a HBCU or a four-year institution. There are some great certificate programs and training programs for 2 years that our students can participate in, and then go out and get full-time jobs and careers.
So do you ladies know, and I'm not even sure if this has been looked at, but what is the success rate of this program? And have you
Yeah.
measured that?
Yeah. Yes. So that is a fantastic question. So I will say that we do see about 70 to 100 applications each year. And if a student is completely committed to our program and the process of our program, we do have really high graduation rates for our students that are able to complete our program and then also apply to the colleges that they're interested in, and stick with their college experience. So we try to collect data throughout their 4 years that they're attending the colleges to make sure that they're on track, to make sure that they don't need any other financial assistance. But that's what one of the perks is of our program, having that village aspect, making sure that the students know that we care and that we believe in them. And that is one key way to see high rates of our program.
I love that. How many schools do they get to tour when they get to their, I'm assuming that almost near the middle of their senior year that you take them on a tour?
Yeah, I can kind of add on to that.
Thank you.
So
Now, is it Briana or Briana?
it's Briana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend whose daughter's name is Briana. So
Yeah, no, everyone says either Briana or Briana. It's Briana though. I go
Okay.
with Briana. Part of what we've been doing to expand the portfolio project, because originally it was just that 14-week program. But now we're so fortunate to have added the tour component of our program. So for students who completely and successfully finish those 14 weeks, our juniors is actually who we take on the HBCU college tour. And really the purpose for that is so that their junior year, they can get a head start and really start thinking about what kind of campus do I want to be on? Can I even see myself going to college? What types of majors and programs am I looking for? And so when students come back their senior year, right, they would have already done all that work. They would have been visited, looked at, considered different colleges, and that helps so that senior year they go right in and can get started right away. And so that tour component, we completed our first tour in April. We visited Clark Atlanta, Morehouse, Fort Valley State University, Spelman. We did a Spelman panel. And then we actually visited Georgia Tech as well.
Oh my.
And so through those schools, they all have different styles, different campuses, different programs that they specialize in. And so our juniors got a really well-rounded view of what types of schools and environments they want to be in.
That is wonderful. I'll just throw a plug towards Morehouse because that's where my husband went. Yay. But yeah, this is so exciting because I didn't have the opportunity to really know about those schools. And so I went to school and graduated here in Washington. But I sometimes wonder, had I gone to one of those schools, how differently my life would be. But I don't dwell on it because, I mean, life is good. I'm blessed, so it's all good. I'm walking the purpose that God wanted me to walk in, so that's okay. Now, what can the community do to support UNCF Portfolio Project? Because I know there's got to be something. Which one wants to answer?
Yeah, I can answer that one.
Okay.
Many ways, right? Like, because our program is free to our students, it's a gift to the community. We are always looking for supporters and donors who can financially help us to keep our program going. That includes scholarships, running our programs, making sure that our students were able to go on these tours. In addition to that, we are always looking for mentors. Our 14-week portfolio project program is run successfully because we have community support. And so what that looks like is you would be paired up with a group of students, and your job is to encourage them, to send them reminders, to love on them, to make sure that they are feeling supported every step of the way through that college application process. We meet on Saturdays for 3 hours a Saturday from August to December. But really, you just get to help and foster your group of students and watch them grow and joining our sessions on Saturdays.
Excuse me. How many mentors are you needing?
We need about 25 to 30 mentors.
Wow.
To help our program run successfully. Just because our program's growing, we've had so many students apply to our program this year, a huge influx of participants. So we need more mentors.
I heard you had almost 100 apply.
Yeah, we've hit over 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
It is.
If you're just tuning in, you're listening live to Seniors Matter with your host, Brenda Charles Edwards, on www.rainieravenueradio.world, your community radio station. Do you know what's the best gift we can give ourselves and your loved ones? Join me on Zoom for a group or individual session on Speaking of Dying, End of Life Planning. You can reach me at 206-683-2636. Now back to my guests, Briana Nelson and Dallas Richardson, who are here to talk about college readiness for our 11th and 12th graders in the Seattle and Portland area. So now, how would you say this program impacts students of color? Dallas?
Yeah. So for a lot of reasons, right? Briana and I are both in Seattle Public Schools a lot, recruiting. And so we have noticed the exposure that our students and our African-American students are getting in our community as a whole. And it is just so important because a lot of times, sometimes we're not talking about HBCUs in the household. We're not talking about HBCUs in the classroom. So we try to be that bridge for high schools and for schools in order to expose students to the HBCU experience. And to be able to bring a college tour to the Pacific Northwest was one of those great ways to do that. The kids got to see for themselves what that HBCU culture is. So like the bands, Black teachers, all Black students, all Black facilitators, what that means for your education and your future. That means that things are possible. That means that you're seeing yourself reflected in the educational community. And so it gives our kids an extra boost and an extra step so that they're able to believe in themselves and their ability to march towards higher education.
And in addition to that, I'd say for our portfolio project program, you're not just coming to our program 14 weeks by yourself, right? Like what you're doing is you're creating relationships and you're creating bonds with so many other students who have similar goals and aspirations of becoming college and career ready. And so you may come in not knowing anybody, but by the end of the 14 weeks, you're coming out with a family of students, and that community extends beyond the 14-week portfolio project program. That extends into your college experience too. So you're hitting up your friends, you're hitting up people who are in, your cohort from portfolio project, and you end up doing life with those people. So that's really what we hope to instill and build in our program.
So what are some of the comments that the students have made when they've had this experience and it's sunk into their heads that I can do anything that I want to do? What have they said to you guys?
Just that it has been a life-changing experience, that they came in to our program without knowing some students come in not knowing what they want to do, not seeing it possible to even attend a college. Like I said earlier, the financial burden of college, but the way that we're able to expose students to different scholarships through our partnerships and our donors, it gives students a chance and an opportunity to say, I can pay for college and I can apply for scholarships. And they don't, because the way that we're able to break down the application process, it makes it more easier for students to approach it, right? So if I'm sitting at home by myself and I see the whole college application process, I might do a little bit and give up. Right. I might see
overwhelming.
It gets overwhelming. So by taking each part of the application process each week, students are able to see themselves in these environments and they see that it's possible. So we have heard testimonies that, their parents, first generational students that didn't know that college was possible for them. We have seen testimonies of people that just needed that mentor support and that village support because maybe they're not talking about college in their home at all. And maybe they were negatively impacted by a teacher at school that said that it wasn't possible based off of their grades or their SAT scores. See, we're not looking for any of that when you apply to our program. It's free. We're not looking for a GPA. We're just looking for students who are committed to their future.
Well, one thing I think is nice about this program too is because for a lot of youth, they think the only way they're going to college is if they have an athletic scholarship. And and you guys are really showing them that, no, that's great if you have that ability, but everybody can't be an athlete, a successful athlete. So here are other ways to do this, and you can still have an opportunity to be where you would like to be, or at least where you think you would like to be at this time, because once you get into it, you might go a different direction, but at least that you can. That's, to me, that's the most wonderful part of this whole thing. You guys are giving them the opportunity to see that, like I said, they can be whoever they want to be. It's the world is their oyster. So I just love this. I was just so glad that I met you, Miss Nelson, because I heard you talking and then I said, who is she? Let me talk to the sister. I want to see what she's about. And that's why you're here today, because even though this show is called Seniors Matter, it's also for the community, because we all have grandchildren or nieces, nephews, whatever, and they're kids and they just need to know, and you can't go anywhere unless you have knowledge. So knowledge is power, and I'm so glad that you guys are bringing that power for them. Are there any special events or dates that we can look forward to?
Yes, absolutely. So our portfolio project program, starts August 26th. So if you are interested, please get your students signed up and ready. In addition to that, we have our annual UNCF Black Student College and Career Fair. So that's where we have HBCUs will be attending, as well as other schools, to really expose students to what it means to network, learn about programs and opportunities at different universities. We're going to have panels and workshops for students and parents as well, and adults, to kind of learn about how to become college and career ready. So October 1st from 11 to 3, mark your calendar for the UNCF Black Student College and Career Fair.
And where was that going to be again?
Yeah, Garfield High School.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. I mean, that's, I just can't say enough. I'm just sitting over here beaming. It's like, oh, this is just so wonderful. I'm so happy that our children are going to, you know, have this exposure. I mean, it's just, oh, it's just great. So I'm going to throw a little commercial in here before we end. For those of you listening far and wide, please donate to Rainier Avenue Radio. Your contributions help this South Seattle unique online media outlet keep serving and connecting with the Rainier Valley community. There's 3 ways to donate. You can do online at Rainier Avenue Radio website donation page, which is powered by Shun Pike. You can mail your checks or money order to Rainier Avenue Radio, P.O. Box 18774, Seattle 98118, or you can drop it off Monday through Friday between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Attention to Shun Pike at 815 Seattle Boulevard South, number 215. And then, of course, there's always Venmo, and that's the @ Rainier Avenue Radio. And please support us, because if because of you, we're able to continue. Well, I want to ask my guests, you're still here, right? Is there any parting words of power that you would like to leave with my audience, and besides the plea for mentors?
I would just say that knowledge is power, and I just ask the community to continue to spread the word. If you have nieces and nephews, maybe they're not at the high school age yet, but let's all start right now in exposing our students to HBCUs and life after high school. So thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. Ms. Nelson, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I would add on to that as well. Knowledge is power, and then action as well, right? Because just because we have the knowledge doesn't mean that we're doing something with it. And what we love doing here at UNCF is making sure that our community has agency and feels empowered and knows that anything is possible. And so with that knowledge, they're able to do something with it. And so, yeah, we just want to say thank you for having us, and we look forward to seeing you all in August.
And when we move further down the road, I would like to have you ladies back on for just an update and just keep reminding the community of what's going on, if that works for you.
We would love that. Maybe we can bring a student on too.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. Yes. Oh, I love that. Yes. Okay. So I also wanted to let my audience know that Rainier Avenue Radio will broadcast tomorrow at noon at Shoreline Stadium for Seahawk Darrell Taylor's football camp, featuring interviews with past and present Seahawks. So you got to get there. You don't want to miss out, because it's not like every day you're going to see these guys. So I am going to sign off here. I just want to say it's been great being back with you, and please support the station. Listen to my show every Friday. Whether I'm here or not, the show will go on. And I want to thank my listening and viewing audience, and especially to Briana and Dallas, and of course, Patrice Isley, who's the vocalist of the music that you hear. Keep in touch, stay safe, have a great weekend, and live your life like it's golden. See you later, ladies. We'll be talking.
Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna do the trees first groove. When I hear you something inside of me starts to groove. Every time you play so smooth,
Love this music.
makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove. Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove.
It's not often you get to hear it to the end.
Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove. Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove. Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove. Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove. Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove. Every time you play so smooth, makes me wanna groove. Patrice says groove. Patrice says groove.